So what is procurement? For me, procurement is the process of acquiring or purchasing, procuring goods and services, let's keep it super simple, that enable the business to operate, to function, to meet its goals and objectives. So typically these can be split out into indirect procurement, which is all of the things at the back end. So this could be your facilities management, your office rental, stationery, computers, laptops, IT equipment for your staff, and anything linked to your employees to get the most out of them. And then we have direct procurement. So direct procurement is the sourcing of goods or services, software, for example, that could go into your end product. So let's take a washing machine. This could be the concrete block that sits inside the washing machine. It could be the computer chip that goes into it that enables you to do various programming. Maybe let's do something slightly more exciting. I worked with a company where we used to build pod systems that went under the aircraft's wing, and these would be full of capabilities that let you do electronic warfare, in short. So kind of cool stuff. And we'd be looking at the computer boards, we'd be looking at heat management systems, we'd be looking at antennas, and just a whole bunch of craziness in my mind that went into here and then was assembled by a partner of ours. All of that would be classed as the direct procurement side of things, whereas the computer that I was working on to do that would have been indirect procurement. So in a nutshell, that is procurement for you. Let's keep it simple here. And within procurement, quite traditionally, we have a whole bunch of different phases. And let's go with the traditional kind of methodology here for procurement. We start off with a need. Someone in the business needs something to enable their role, an objective of the business, something like that. So we need to document what it is we need. And once we know what we need, we can work out the specification for it. So we have the idea that we need an antenna to go into our new component. But what does that antenna need to do? What is its power inputs? What's its output? How big is this antenna? Or what space does it have to occupy? We need to do a bit of planning around this. And this could be the right time to start engaging some of our supply chain and say, hey, if we put this requirement out to you, could you do anything? This is quite commonly known as a request for information as part of the RFX process. And once we've built up a formal specification and we've sent that out to our suppliers as part of the request for proposal, or perhaps the request for quotation, I'm not going to go over the RFX process too much in this video, but hey, happy to do another video where we go into that. We're going to get some suppliers coming back to us who can deliver our specification. And now it's time to evaluate them and then select the correct supplier for the work. Once we've got that singular supplier, or perhaps we've got a few others, let's keep this simple. Simplicity is key. We've got one supplier. We're going to enter into negotiations with them around price, but more importantly around the contract and getting the contract right. So contract negotiations is a key phase there. And once we've negotiated everything, we're going to place our order and then wait for it to be delivered. We're going to inspect everything or audit it or review the service. If it is a service that's being provided, if it's goods, we can pick it up, have a look at it, make sure it matches the specifications that we've agreed upon in the contract, and then payment will be made. That's a very traditional way of looking at procurement. We've also got very agile ways of looking at it. So this would be where you are doing proof of concepts with multiple suppliers at any one time, where you're negotiating contracts with all of the suppliers at the same time, and then you're moving into a contract management relationship, which is focused primarily on the relationship performance side of things as well. I prefer the latter approach mixed with a bit of the first approach. The first approach is very sequential, takes a long time, and is what a lot of procurement people learn to do. But when you move into spaces that are around fintech and software, where they move way faster, you can't apply old ideals of procurement to these new fast-moving agile software companies. So you do have to adapt as a procurement practitioner, professional, procurement legend. And I just wanted to cover 4 procurement strategies that are often spoken about, sometimes not implemented very well, but they're going to be useful here for you. So cost reduction, cost control. I'm just going to kind of label all of these terms under one umbrella here. The primary focus of the procurement team is to focus on getting the best cost from that supplier for whatever it is we're buying, and getting some longevity in controlling that price. And that enables our business to save money and hopefully make more money with whatever product or service we are selling. And those savings are just crucial to the success of our company. Quality improvement could be another one, and this is quite a big thing within aerospace and manufacturing sector. We need to make sure that the quality of the items, the components that we're buying are the best possible quality. And there may be a slight contradiction there with cost reduction, because we may not be able to get the best quality if we don't pay the best prices. So we're always trying to balance these strategies with one another. We're now going to come to supplier relationship management, which is effectively one of these amazing ideologies in procurement, which is often a complete failure by businesses who try to undertake it. But this is where you treat certain key or critical suppliers of yours as partners. You work with them to innovate, to reduce costs, to profit together with what it is you're doing. Next, we have risk management. Risk management is fundamentally focused on mitigating, treating, and preventing risks from occurring within your supply chain that can impact your business. You could focus on all of these strategies, and there are plenty of other strategies. I just wanted to highlight 4 for you here, or you could prioritize one over the others. So procurement, if done right, if it adds value to the business, which would be, reducing costs at one end, encouraging profitability at the other end, by reducing risk, by making sure that everyone has a really good experience buying in the B2B world. If procurement's doing these things, it's a really big value add within your business. If it's only doing one or some of these things, or it's doing some of them poorly, it's going to diminish the value of procurement within your business. You're going to find it really hard to do good procurement. So this was a quick overview of what is procurement. I've kind of covered a bunch of topics, quite top level, in this video. If you want to know any more about anything that I've brought up within this video, just leave a comment below and I will go through those and make some additional content to help you out, my friends. See you on the next one.